Hello, everyone. This is Sean Broccoli here, and today we're going to be finishing up the episode 5. We're just going to complete stage 6, so this is going to be a pretty quick video. So let's go ahead and get started with that.
Hey, there she is! I thought I was getting rather noisy around here. Looks like you guys already defeated the boss in this area. Huh? We did?
Desco doesn't remember doing that.
I don't remember either. Did any one of us really do that?
Seems like we must have beaten him sometime along the way to getting here. The boss of the bourgeois demons must not have been very memorable. But enough about that. Do you remember the promise you made to me earlier, my lord?
Of course. I will never break a promise.
However, that promise requires that I defeat the angel when she gets in the way of us accomplishing our goal.
I see where you're coming from. That's absolutely fine.
Anyway, please excuse me now. I have to start heading over to my next target.
Did you steal the money already? I doubt the largest vault in the area could be cracked so easily.
I didn't steal anything. I thought I told you this is all completely justified. I didn't take a single extra help, so please watch your mouth a little better. If you ever treat me like a thief again, I'll sue you for slander and rake in a mint.
She might actually shake me down if I keep talking.
Desco doesn't get an allowance, so Desco will be quiet now. I'm really starting to doubt that this greedy angel is our team.
Are we done now, or do you still have something to say?
No, we're done. It seems like we were completely mistaken when we thought you were someone I used to know.
What a coincidence. I actually thought I used to know someone with an attitude just like yours. But you're right, it must have been a mistake. It's been a long time since then.
We're done here. Let's go, Fenric.
My lord, there's more for us to do. You haven't kept the promise you made to me yet.
This angel isn't trying to obstruct us in any way. There's no need to get rid of her now, is there?
I see. In that case... Hey, Angel, you want money, don't you? Then let me tell you something. We've got a bounty on our heads. Pretty high one.
A bounty? How much specifically?
Exactly 10 million hell. How about it? If you defeat us and hand us over to the Corruptorment, it will all be yours.
Well, that's very interesting.
Hey, Fin! What are you doing?
10 million hell? Well, sounds like the Corruptorman has finally realized our true value.
Don't fall for it. It's not true. Fenric is lying.
Fen is a liar, a fraud. Only a final boss is allowed to do that.
Shut up! Even if the bounty reward is a lie, it's still a fact that this woman will get in the way of us usurping the regime. I simply took the initiative in trying to eliminate a future problem for us. She is not wanted around here. Love is unnecessary for a man who will soon rule the world.
Fin, do you, swing that way?
10 million hell. I'll reach my goal in a snap with that kind of money.
She powered up as soon as she heard the amount.
Love and courage aren't the only things that help you power up. I must take note of this.
Huh? Seriously? Are we really gonna fight an angel? My dream. My brain. Am I really thinking about such a filthy situation?
What do you say, my lord? This woman is trying to get in our way.
I appreciate this, Fenrir. As expected of my servant, this is the perfect strategy.
All is for my lord.
This one is not her. She couldn't possibly be Artina. Artina would never act like this. Even if I defeat her, it shouldn't be a problem.
Alright, so this is stage 6. This is basically going to be a boss battle with Volcanus. So, as you're going to notice here, there's going to be a bunch of Prinnies around. They're not going to be too much of a threat. They're pretty low health. They don't do too much damage. They're basically just cannon fodder and a distraction. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stay out of Volcanus's range for now. What we're gonna want to thin the herd in terms of the Prinnies. So what we'll do is we'll bring out our team, and then we'll just head to the left onto the grassy area. And the thing you want to watch for is that you don't want any characters to kind of be adjacent to each other or within like 3 squares. Volcanus has a skill called Speeding Bullets, and she can basically hit 3 of your characters at the same time if they're all, I guess, adjacent to each other, so one behind the other or maybe side by side. Obviously, all 3 would have to be in the same direction. But yeah, as far as most of her skills go, she can only attack anything that's directly in front, directly left, directly right, or directly behind her. So it's pretty easy to navigate when you're looking at that. But so yeah, obviously we're gonna thin the herd a bit here. We'll just head all the way to the left. All the Prinnies pretty much come to you, and then after a certain point, once you kill enough Prinnies, Volcanus will actually start moving towards you, and we do want to lure her towards us. What we have to do is, she's very, I guess, overpowered, considering, I guess, the enemies on this. She'll probably one-shot a lot of your characters, or even your stronger ones. It'll just take 2 attacks. And I think she does attack twice in the same turn as well, which is another annoying thing about this fight. So as you can see, we're basically still moving all our characters, and we're going to keep on the grassy area, and we're just going to attack any Prinnies that come towards us. It shouldn't be too difficult. A lot of the Prinnies will fuse and become giant. Obviously, it just makes them a bigger target. They're not really that much stronger, and they don't really get that much more health. So you'll see they're taken care of pretty quickly. You don't really have to worry about the distance on your characters until Volcanus gets involved, but it's always best to kind of prepare for that, because she does move pretty fast. So while you're filling out these numbers, I guess just kind of keep in mind, or keep an eye on how many of the printies are actually left. Once there's a small amount left, they're not really too much of a threat. You can kind of leave them and focus more on Volcanus. Obviously, the biggest sign of that is going to be when she starts moving. As you can see here, a lot of them are just going to combine, so there's not going to be too many printies actually around. And the best thing you can do for this map is protect your mages.
Here I come!
They're going to probably be the highest. They'll be one of your top damage wielding characters, and that's always great at a distance. If you can, I do recommend getting any of the fire upgrades, whether it just be upgrading the regular fire or getting Mega Fire, Giga Fire. If any of those are available and you have enough mana to get those, I do recommend doing that. Obviously, the more powerful attack, the quicker it is to dispatch enemies, and obviously more damage.
Wanna get wrecked? Nothing I can't do.
So, as you can see there, you'll see me go over her, and you can see her range. I wouldn't trust that range too much, given that given the range of her actual attacks. If you've when you actually gain Volcanus as a party member, you'll actually get to use her and you'll see her skills. She does have quite a range on her, so she can probably, she could probably hit us right now if she jumped down and just moved a couple squares.
Wanna get wrecked? Dream power!
I'll teach you!
Alright, so after this turn, Volcanus is actually going to start moving towards us. So you'll see it right here. So she does end up shooting Valvatores. Luckily she didn't use any sort of skill. You might not get so lucky, so you might end up taking a casualty, but as long as you got your guys split up, it should just be the one casualty, which you can live with. So my plan here is I'm going to move some characters up, but for the most part everyone's going to stay the same. So we'll move Fenric up and we'll attack. I ended up canceling it so I could up the attack using one of Narcissus's spells. So we'll just go ahead and we'll use the skill for that. We're gonna move Fuka up. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to attack Volcanus with any of her skills. So I end up having to settle with moving in range of the Prinny and using the Bombat skill on the Prinny. So you'll see me just move up right now. And then last but not least, I'm actually going to heal Valvatores before I move him up. But we're basically going to move him right in front of Volcanus. Now I'm gonna hesitate here, because I'm trying to figure out the best, I guess, strategy here. So you're gonna see me after the healer heals Velvatorez. I also obviously just use Cassie to finish off the Prinny. And then you don't have to follow Desco or anything. I don't do anything with her. But basically what will happen is I'm trying to figure out the best position for Velvatorez. And you're going to see me just kind of hesitate between being right in front of her or being one square away. I do consider the one square away because I can attack from a distance. That's not actually going to help me at any point, because since she's a ranged fighter, she'll counter anyways and shoot me after I hit her. The other thing I realize is that if I put Velvatorez in that position, he's going to be adjacent within 3 squares of Fuka, which means she can just move in front of Velvatorez and use the speed bullet skill and potentially take out both of them. I can't recall if any of those guys can take one of those attacks, but I guess that doesn't really matter either because she does happen to attack twice in a turn. So what we'll see is she's going to move past and she's going to shoot my healer. You're actually going to see her use 2 skills back to back, which I don't really get why she is able to do that. It's not like I have that ability with her when she becomes part of my team. But anyways, she put herself in a bad position. So now what we're going to do is we're going to surround her and turn this into a bit of a bukkake. So we're going to put all our characters around her so she can't move. What you'll want to do is avoid putting any characters obviously behind any of the other characters within 3 squares. I don't take my own advice here, so do as I do, not as do as I say, not as I do. I almost screwed that quote up. Because what you're going to see is after my turn, she's going to use one of her attacks, which will take out both of them, and then there's kind of a gaping hole there that I can't really fill. Luckily, it doesn't matter. It won't matter, but it could for you. There is one other thing I should mention. I believe I said earlier that she can only attack in the 4 directions, front, back, left, right. That's not 100% true. She does have, I think it's called mandatory repo, that can attack in all directions, but it's limited to just the one character. She can only attack one person at a time. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. She tends to stick with the speed bullet. This is where she will take out the 2 people with the angelic whip. So she'll kill one with the first attack, and then she'll use it a second time. So if I only had the one person there, I could have used the other one to replace that person, and then in case I need an extra turn or whatever, there's nowhere she can go. But obviously, like I mentioned, it doesn't matter. I'm actually going to finish her off in this turn because she's only got 200 health left. But just in case, some of these guys miss, I set up all them all to attack, and then I will worry about the Prinnies, which obviously aren't going to be much of a threat at all. So you saw Measle missed, but my Red Skull did not. So I'll reallocate my remaining characters to take out some of the Prinnies. there's obviously the penny on top of that ride there. So what we'll do is we'll take out those two big printies, the one by Disgaea and the one by Fenric, and then we'll worry about the other big one after on the next turn, and the small one on the next turn. But that's all it's going to take for that round. The only real threat to this level is Volcanus, and as soon as she's done, you're pretty much home free. And that is all there is for stage 6 and episode 5 altogether. So I'll leave you guys with the final cutscene before we say our goodbyes.
As expected of my lord, you have kept your promise.
I'm a man of my word. There's no need to praise me for doing something that is expected of me.
Looks like this is the end for the Angel of Avarice. So, what now? Oh, that reminds me, there's a bounty on you too. For the upcoming presidential election, we'll need some funds. Wouldn't be a bad idea to fund our regime usurpation project with the money on your head.
Oh, Fen is so evil. He's evil and awful. Disco should learn from him.
It's the right thing for a demon to do, but it's hard to believe that he's doing this solely for his lord.
Mm-hmm. He looks like a serious villain. It really suits him, though.
Say what you want. This is why women and children are so troublesome. They let their emotions blind them to the big picture. There's no point in explaining anything to shallow-minded individuals. But what about you? Is there anything you'd like to mention? I'll let you say it for free.
May I ask you something?
Me? What is it?
Why is the Netherworld neglecting the human world when such a powerful demon as you exists here? I've been told that demons tame humans by planting fear in their hearts to keep them in line. But you have neglected your duties and are just watching the humans follow the wrong path. Why is this happening? You have the power to change this, so why aren't you doing anything?
That's the exact same question I have. I'm just a Prinny instructor.
A Prinny instructor? You?
Indeed. The Corruptiment and the Netherworld have fallen to the point where a demon like me is forced to take a stand to correct it. If it was up to me, and I hadn't lost my power, I'd easily send all the demons and humans to Hades, but
You lost your power?
it's a long story. I'm a vampire, but I forbid myself from drinking human blood.
A vampire forbidden from sucking blood. I see.
But, thanks to sardines, even after losing my power, I'm still able to fight to accomplish my goal. It's taken me a long time to realize that things have gotten so bad, but it's still not too late. I shall eventually take over the Corruptiment and teach all the worlds a lesson.
A demonic social reformer. Mr. Weirdo. I'll soon be traded into the Corruptiment from the bounty on my head. But won't you tell me your name? For free, if possible.
My name is Valvatores, a demon who was once known as the Tyrant.
Valvatores.
That reaction! She has to be!
That's enough. You got to speak with a man who will soon become the Netherworld ruler. You should be honored. Now, instead of wasting any more time here, we must go trade her.
Look out!
What are you doing?
The love scene at last?
You!
the only thing you cared for. Damn it! Why? Why do I keep seeing Artina in you? You and Artina are two different people. So why? Answer me! You can't die until you answer me!
This encounter, later to be known as the Angel of Avarice incident, came to an end in a most unexpected fashion. Tyrant Valvatore's shout, which heralded the end of the incident, was said to have shaken the entire Netherworld.
Like a lightning bolt from a clear sky, an ephemeral existence snuffed out by great violence.
It must really suck for you. That angel might have been Artina.
Even if some fish have iwashi in their names, they're not always considered to be sardines outside of Japan.
Sardines again? Is he trying to use sardines as a way to escape from reality?
Big fish that swim in foreign seas are called oki iwashi and itohiki iwashi, even though they are deep sea fish. There's no end to the sardine spirit in Japanese culture. Someday, every fish will be called something iwashi.
Whatever. Why don't we start calling every fish an iwashi?
Next time, episode 6. Sayonara, Zetsubo Battlefront. Your sardine standards are distorted. There's no room for despair.
He's really losing himself. Oh, a dreadful woman.
And that does it for this video for episode 5. Part 3, we will be moving on to episode 6 next. Alright, thank you guys for watching. This is Sean Broccoli. I'll see you guys next time.